Have you ever cut somebody off and all of a sudden they start becoming nice and helpful and overly sweet, but like deep down on the inside, you really feel like it's not genuine? In this video, I would like to discuss a tactic that narcissists use when you are on to them. Let's talk about the facade. This person, say like if it's a woman, this person is gonna come off as warm, motherly, nurturing, caring. She starts giving off these vibes as if I'm here for you, where you feel comfortable enough to drop your guard. And if you see me looking down, I am looking at my notes because I don't want to forget anything. Let's talk about the reality side of it. In reality, they are being manipulative and they are pretty much image cautious. They are trying their best to gain your trust, which is pretty much to them emotional ammunition. And they're trying to get you to share your personal problems or personal stories to them so that they can share them with others, but in their own narrative. They're going to tell it to others with a twist. And then when they do tell your stories to others with a twist, they're going to exaggerate it to the fullest so that they can gain control over the narrative and gain control over how other people see you. And then the tactic that they could use to do this is triangulation and gossip. I made a video about triangulation. Go check that video out. Triangulation is pretty much where they share the information that you gave the narcissist to the people, and they try to pin you, the other people, against you. So you can tell them something personal, but the narcissist will go and tell their friend group, but they'll tell it in a certain way where they're, it's not true. They're exaggerating the truth. They're exaggerating the things that you told them. And one of the best ways that they do this is through gossip. They're gossiping behind your back. They will be that sweet, caring, nurturing person that, I'm here for you type vibe person in your face. But once you walk out the door or behind your back, they are gossiping behind your back and telling some horrible things to the people that they're talking to, their friend group, so that their friend group can look at you in a weird way. And the narcissist can get all of that admiration, all of that praise, all of that, whatever it is that they're hoping to gain out of it. And that's the whole gist of it. That's the facade, that's the reality of it, and those are the tactics that they use. So in short, we can call these people the warm-hearted Judas. And I know we all are very familiar with the story in the Bible where Judas betrayed Jesus, sat at the dinner table, broke bread with this dude, and then turned around and betrayed him. And this is what we call our narcissists today. But it's the tactics that they use that makes up the word narcissist. It's how they go about doing it that makes up the word narcissist. So I'll tell you a quick little story. So I had someone in my life recently, and actually I've had several people, but as of late I've had someone in my life that she was very caring, she was a very nurturing person. She was even somebody that I would, consider a friend. And but later I learned that she was gossiping behind my back. And once I learned that she was gossiping behind my back, I didn't confront her. I'm not a confrontational person. I've never really been even. I'm just not. I just set boundaries and I cut her off, I cut off personal conversation, and I only dealt with her in a way where I had to deal with her, and that's pretty much it. out of all of the things that I've learned from my toxic family members to my toxic past relationships that I've had, I've learned so much about setting boundaries. And once I set a boundary with her and I cut conversation off with her, that's when everything changed. Oh my God. So that is when everything she started being extra helpful. She started being extra sweet and going out of her way to do certain favors and giving me all of these flattering compliments and things like that. And it's like, and when I peeped it, it was like, are you kidding me? Because at the end of the day, it's like, I'm up on your game, lady. You're not being sweet and kind because you actually care. You're being sweet and kind because you lost control over how I see you, and you're afraid that I might aware everybody else of your true character. That's why she's being nice. So she's busy doing damage control because she's trying to uphold an image. At the end of the day, that's pretty much what it's always about with a toxic person or a narcissist, right? It's always about how you see them or how they're being viewed by X, Y, and Z. They don't want to be seen in a certain light other than X, Y, and Z. They want to be seen the way that they want to be seen. So they try their best to control that image. And if their mask slips, they're scoundering, trying to get that, trying to put their mask back on. And that's pretty much what it is. That's pretty much what she's doing. And let's just keep it real. At the end of the day, like, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. These things can happen in your family. These things can happen at work. Things can happen in your friendship circle. At the end of the day, they're still going to be using certain tactics that can be red flags for you. And this is the whole point of this video. The reason why I sit here and I'm explaining these things, because these are things that I had to learn over and over and over again until I got it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they're going to hoover you. At the end of the day, they're going to use damage control tactics. They're hoovering you by buying you gifts. Pay attention to that. Why are you buying me a gift? And why are you buying me a gift now? Why not do that before the tension was created? Why not do that before an incident happened? Why are you doing it now? When people start doing certain things, when they start moving weird and funny and differently after they created some kind of tension or caused some kind of hurt feelings, and they're trying to suck up to you because they're doing some type of damage control tactic, pay attention to that. That is a strong red flag, because they're trying to hoover you back. They're trying to do damage control. And if they can get you back into their good graces, then everybody who they gossiped about you to will now look at them as, okay, the narcissist is telling the truth, because they made up that person is back friends with the narcissist again. But if you hold on to your ground, if you set a boundary and you stand on it and you don't let up off of it, now that's going to send a message to the people who the narcissist was gossiping about you. That's going to send a message to them and make the people be like, she's not talking with her anymore, or he's not talking with him anymore, or vice versa, she's not talking with him anymore. What really happened between those two? What happened? And that is what the narcissists don't want. They don't want the people thinking for themselves. They want the people to think and believe the narcissist narrative, the narcissist story. That's what they want. The minute they start thinking on their own, and there's a crack left open for the truth to come out, it'll then expose the narcissist or the toxic person for who they really are, and that is what they don't want. At the end of the day, the narcissist or the toxic person is only buying you gifts and hoovering you back into, trying to get back into your good graces and being all sweet and kind and caring and everything. It's because they're trying to see if they still have access to you. They still trying to see if they can still control you after you saw their mask fall off, or after their mask was pretty much snatched off. You don't owe these people anything. You don't owe them nothing. They don't pay your bills. They don't pay your rent. They don't buy you food. You don't owe them anything. At the end of the day, your peace is not to be negotiated. Cut them off. Let them go. Set your boundaries. I'm telling you, you are learning to set. I can tell y'all a thing or two about setting boundaries. It is very important. It is for your protection. Set these boundaries, y'all, because it will keep you safe. All right, I'm gonna leave it here. If you guys have been through something like this, please leave a comment downstairs. I would love to hear from you. And also hit the like and subscribe and share button. I'll see y'all in the next video.